Hello, podcast listeners and Patreon people. Just an apology that this early access is not as early access as you are used to. It's because the Fringe is kicked off and we're just enjoying it a little bit too much and we've had to set up our shows and stuff. But it's still early access compared to the rest of those cheap fucking cunts. So you're still getting your money's worth. Thanks for your support. I know a bunch of you have definitely come to my show during the Fringe. You've come to Gareth's and Nelson's and stuff. We appreciate that so much. It means so much that you come see us and to our guests as well that you'd support. So please keep doing that. Today's guest, we have Ari Matti. We had him on when we were in Estonia. So he's always one of our best guests, so we speak about that. His show's on, he'll plug that at the fucking end. It's a good one. There is a stoner break in the middle, where Kai remains sober but still fails to get at least 2 fucking jokes. So see if you can just keep an eye out for them. Apart from that, cheers again. See you on fucking Thursday. And then never stop giving us money. Just never do it. You don't need to eat so much. You're getting fat. You can cut that down. You drink too much. You don't need that car. There's other things in your life that you can cut out before £3, £4, £5 a month. Fuck off, man. Come on, be reasonable. Oh, but Daniel, you live in a mansion. Yeah, right, okay, and I want another one. So.
Sloss and Humphries on the road.
Muggins and Cream, Cream and Muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
And that's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head that makes you laugh.
We said we'd have guests.
Aye.
Didn't say we'd have fucking P. Diddy though, did we? How you doing, Ari?
Yeah. Good. How are you guys?
It's not a jumpsuit you're in.
It's not. It's just a look.
And did you say it was the Weeknd's line?
Yeah, I mean, the fact you don't even.
I don't listen to any music. I only know The Weeknd from Adam
You guys
Sandler's
recognize
movie.
EXO, right? I mean, Jesus Christ, yeah.
They know EXO, yeah.
Actual consumers.
Yeah.
You need to get closer to the consumer.
I know of The Weeknd.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, but you know, if you see this, you know it's Weekend, right?
Because they're big, right? The Weeknd. They didn't have
Yeah, they are big.
Didn't have
Is it
to
not
show
just one
Yeah.
Is it not just one bloke?
Yeah, it is one bloke.
Producers,
Aye.
He's
But
like Drake.
he is The Weeknd. It's not like, oh, The Weeknd are here. It's that's
I'll take one guy.
that's Brian The
That's his
Weeknd.
rap name. His rap name's The Weeknd.
Yeah, exactly. But he's also being like progressive about saying it's a group, you know. Like people say Drake is a group, you know.
Well, yeah, that's because he definitely doesn't do
Yeah.
most of the stuff himself.
Yeah.
So did you get that tracksuit for cheap and
£10, yeah.
nice?
Mm-hmm.
And what,
Nice,
and
man.
what would
You
it
look $1
fetch?
million.
What?
What would it fetch on the black market?
260.
Whoa, Daniel.
I think it was 260.
Yeah.
That's the first
He's Estonian,
Google.
is.
That's the Google result I wanted to have.
Okay.
You know when you Google something and you go like, nah, that's £50. No,
Yeah.
260. Oh,
There
yeah.
you go. Yeah,
Can I have the one that fits my narrative, please?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, even though it's on page 7 of Google's.
Isn't Google wonderful that literally any narrative,
Yeah.
like...
It's
you
just because I'm just here to prove you right. I'll find the article you need to
Yeah.
come across intelligent.
You can
in
go,
an
Brock
argument.
Lesnar is not on roids. And it would be like, never has been. Literally.
Written by Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, but it says like, even like genuine news sites, you know, like you see like telegraph.co.uk or something, and you're like, it has .co.uk.
Must be real.
Must be real. I mean, why would they?
It says subscribe to pay more. They must be telling the truth.
Yeah.
If I have to pay £3, it must be the truth.
There's no way.
Charge me £3 for a lie.
Yeah, no, there's no way someone in America would charge me for lies. That would be insane.
The way
where's my favorite church channel?
The way you said America.
Yeah. Why? What? The way I pronounced it, or?
No, it's every time. It's just delicious.
Yeah.
It's just perfect.
Yeah. Well, just because they are.
Yeah.
They're a different breed of, psycho. I still feel like, whenever people complain about like all the really like in the UK, they're like, it's going to turn into Sharia law here. You're like, in America they have the Christian version of like it's Christian like law. Like if you want a mental religious country, if you're that scared of it, look over there.
Yeah, but America has like Spotify and stuff, They're like on Twitter, on TikTok, it's like a different breed of...
Well, do you think they still think they're the best in the way that Man United fans still think they're the best?
See,
No, I think they're more like Arsenal fans, where they're like
that one moment in the sun.
and they're still like, we're still up there, we're still part of the top four.
I
Like,
just
"You've not been in
pretended to got that reference.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't get the reference?
I don't know sports.
You're in all red as well.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah. I was telling before. I was like catching I'm gonna get to this too. I was catching the bus and I was walking past some dude. Like I was listening to music and I just hear fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And I look, it's like green guys at me.
Yeah.
And then I walk a bit forward and the red guy's like fuck yeah.
He
And
never
I'm like,
discovered
oh.
Sunday League football until he
Yeah.
was on the pitch playing.
Oh,
In
yeah.
full colours, and he was a full kit wanker at Sunday League.
Oh, is it not? I thought it was Hibs v Hearts today or something.
Oh no, he didn't walk across Easter Road.
Oh no,
Like, he
no,
walked
but
across
if
the meadows.
Oh right, okay, I see.
He didn't just do a pitch.
All
invasion.
references I don't understand.
No. Well, to be fair, now it's like having our podcast listeners in the room because
Yeah.
they fucking hate when we talk about football because none of them watch football because most of my fans are women.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm
It's-
safe.
Yep. I have the exact same thing when I start to talk about UFC. You know,
Yeah.
I go on a podcast and then I find out somebody's into UFC, and then an hour and 30 minutes later,
Yeah.
it's like the podcast is
And
about music.
you gained no new fans.
Yeah,
Nobody's
yeah.
coming to see you live after listening to you talk
I'm
about
like, I
golf
understand the technique.
And also the fact that we don't talk about sport coherently enough to get sports fans in. Like any sports fans that listen to a little 5-minute segment.
Yeah, that's the worst sports. That's my sports talk. It's like not like the hardcore guys are always pissed off,
Yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
the casuals don't understand.
I'm hitting absolutely no one. I'm not introducing anyone to the sport and bringing them on board, and I'm not impressing anyone that loves it. I'm just
Have you ever done punditry?
no.
Yes, you have. It still counts. You were on Soccer AM.
Oh yes, so Soccer AM's like a big TV show.
It's an
on-
entertainment TV show revolving around football. And it'll be like they'll get that celebrity guest to take penalties against the...
Okay, okay.
But the audience is just like fans of a specific team 1 week, and there's this. I don't know if they still do it, but there's always this gross bit of the show, and they're like, and here's the female fans, and they all come out like things, and you've just got
There's
these bald
cheerleaders and
lady
stuff.
men being like, fucking yeah, those cheerleaders look class, and you're like, lads, it's 11:30 on a Saturday.
It's like Zoo magazine.
Yeah. If Zoo magazine was a TV show, so it did that. And then
There was a actually was he World Cup winning Michael Sylvestre?
sure.
So a French footballer who played for Man United, won the Premier League. He started like in his retirement. He started making rum, and he gave us a bottle of rum. So we went on Soccer AM and come back with Michael Sylvestre rum.
Which is
When
like,
is your alcohol coming out? I know that's coming, right?
Oh well, I mean,
Because every comedian has an alcohol now. Every comedian has an alcohol. All the sober ones, so which is so sad, you know, when it's like a
But I'm
sober comedian now has a tequila, Ron White or something, you know.
yeah,
it's quite a
it's
bummer.
just I really don't want to do anything that even slightly follows in the footsteps of Brendan Schaub. He's got his own thick boy.
You'll say no to $1 million deal just to spite Brendan
100%,
Schaub, which in a way
100%.
he won. To
Yeah,
be
yeah,
fair,
yeah.
that he's influencing the career of a major
of
celebrity.
a much better comic.
Yeah. Which, you know what?
The fact that you took him into account when making your decisions is like a real compliment to his power.
For sure.
No, absolutely no, because we were talking about this yesterday. We both follow the Brendan Schaub Reddit page.
I only
because-
know this through him.
Yeah. I'm never like a big like Reddit, fucking, you know, those comedy forums. Sometimes I read them; they're funny. I've never been into the dramas and stuff, but this one is too juicy to
It's
ignore.
too good. He's
Because
just
it's such a funny storyline.
And
A
he's-
UFC fighter goes on Joe Rogan podcast, and then all of that.
And then Joe
and
Rogan tells him not to be a fighter anymore because he's bad at fighting. And then he goes, in that case, I'll be a comedian.
And that's
Joe Rogan's like, it's not even close to what I meant.
I just meant be happy, you know, like.
Stop betting me up.
Spend time with your kids.
And that, like, it's so funny that, like, that conversation of, like, stop fighting trickles down to Bobby Lee being called an IP, address terrorist.
Yeah. He's pretty sure Bobby Lee, one of the nicest and most tech-phobic people in the world.
A human dumpling, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
It's the
sweet.
one that's just running this page. I mean, look.
Yeah, with tatted up eagles, you're like, well, we found multiple confirmed IP addresses from your producers.
I'd never seen this Bobby Lee before. I just heard you mention him, and then I saw a clip, and I realised it was him. who are you talking about? It was a clip
Bobby Lee's
about him.
hilarious.
It was a clip about him being raped by a disabled guy. Like,
Yeah.
And that was on the
and it
Fire
was
and
so-
the Kid.
It was some of the funniest shit I've ever heard. In my
It's
life.
very
Was,
funny.
So that was on the Fire and the Kid podcast, which was like back when they were friends and before Brian Callen threatened to kill Bobby Lee because he bought into the conspiracy theory that Bobby Lee was running the
And they all
fucking Reddit.
podcasted together. We're not trying hard enough. We need to have this kind of fucking gossip and beef.
Oh, you will.
Aye.
Should we start pure beefing?
Well, we could be. You're like the biggest podcast in Estonia. We could have like a fucking...
Oh yeah, what a beef
that-
for your career. What a great. Have you heard of this country? No. Well, Daniel Sloss has a problem with it. Yeah.
I don't feel like... well, maybe they...
Can we talk? How is Estonia at the minute? Because you are like
Amazing.
Can you smell the cooking from next door?
Well, yeah, it is. I just was telling Dan yesterday as well that I call you Dan now.
Fine.
We're at that point, yeah. That it's like I have a bit about that because we're seeing how shitty Russia is doing at the war. It's
Yeah.
kind of like, you know, when you realize that your high school bully and shit.
He couldn't
Like
fight.
all the Baltics are like.
It was all stature.
Yeah.
Like
and you're both 25 now, and he's not grown up, and he's got a shitty fucking job.
Yeah, you're taller than him.
Yeah, and you're like
like now we go to the Russian marketplace. We're like, there are no guns, Like,
yeah.
like it's just
there's
shit
no
food.
way, there's no way you can't have nukes. I've seen your tanks. There's no way you've got
yeah.
nukes. You might have a big bit of metal that has the word nuke written on the side, and somebody pointed that out to Putin, and he went, "Well, I mean, that
No,
looks like a
there
nuke."
are nukes, but for sure they're not able to fly. You know? They'll have to bring it.
Yeah, cockroaches have eaten all the wires. There's like cobwebs everywhere. And
Did you see the
Control
video of the
room.
Russian guy running like this, looking at the drone, like just?
Yeah, no, I mean the
didn't see
weird
that,
the,
was
the
that?
weird thing about watching World War III in this generation is you can just watch on Reddit
TikTok.
people being killed by drones.
There's like
to like Benny Hill music. Like there's like genuinely there's like they're like we found these Russians and they're hiding and they drew a big Z on the ground and on the Ukrainian farm and the drone was like, well, thank you very much. And there's like this homemade grenade thing that they just drop and then you see one of them pretending to be dead and then two of them disappearing and it's to the Benny Hill theme tune and you're like, well, I mean, I hate the Russians and you know I like this music and this is great. And then you sort of come off it and you're like, what the fuck? What year am I living in?
dude, they were conscripted teenagers.
I know this is
They
real,
would be
but
there.
yeah, I just
Yeah, you watch like TikToks of like I know it's like, you know, like hot Ukrainian women in like with guns and like hot Ukrainian guys. Just TikToking. I'm like,
You've got a
into
different algorithm to me, I think. I showed Daniel your tattoo.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, show the boys, show the
Oh
podcast.
yeah. Check this out. Remember the Snake Island guy? Remember the guy who told the Russian warship to go fuck himself? Yeah, I got this tattoo. Yeah, it's
that's
just
off
funny.
the island and it's Ukrainian for
Yeah, I was walking across the road with just one day, and I saw like a Ford Sierra full of Ukrainians, dudes, you know, with shit in their back, Ukrainian plates, and I just was crossing. I just showed them the fucking car, and they start banging.
Yeah, just help
It's a
morale.
funny tattoo,
Help
yeah.
morale for.
Yeah, it's a funny tattoo, but there's a reason it's on my leg.
yeah.
I don't want to, you know, have it on my back.
Yeah, you don't want a neck tattoo.
I have my pants on most of the time.
Yeah.
You don't want to.
Let's see how this pans out.
Let's hope the Russians don't win
Yeah.
the Ukraine thing and then come into Estonia.
Something happened? Yeah,
Nah,
I would have
it's fine.
gotten a neck tattoo, but let's see how this.
Yeah, you don't want to switch sides in season 2.
Yeah. Yeah, see how this works out. No, but it's like I would say I don't know politics or nothing, but artistically, creatively, it's a great time. Whenever there's tension to be released, and it's just fun. You can say I've said, you know.
Yeah. Well, because I imagine
I
you
have
get,
a bit where I open like bomb Russia. I'm like, fuck, you know, if you haven't left by now, fuck you too.
Yeah.
You know, and people are
and
just-
of course, and it's in one of those Estonian theatres that we play in when there's still the fucking hammer and sickle from fucking 30 years
you
ago.
still got like loads of Soviet leftover.
You know, because our generation has never gotten an excuse to shit talk the Russians. I mean, we do, but it sounds kind of, you know, like before, if I would say something about, you know, something negative about Russia, it has to be a good bit. Otherwise, it just sounds hateful. But now, since we have a connection, I mean,
Yeah.
our grandfathers can say whatever the fuck they want because they're like, oh, offended.
Yeah.
Siberia twice on trains. I ate Russian man shit. Like
Shit.
I mean, it's hard to but now actually we have something as well. And it is funny that on the time of social media to like watch a war, it's just interesting.
So weird.
Like all that Ukrainian president, like on the cover of Vogue. It's just an interesting political little.
I guarantee he'll be Times Man of the Year, and he'll be like, "Oh, great! You also gave this to Donald Trump."
Yeah.
Thank
And
you for this.
Time Man of the Year. You know what's next? The Joe Rogan experience. There'll be Brendan Schaub arguing with Volodymyr Zelensky.
No, it'll be Alex Jones, because they'll just be like, he's had a year, he made us talk about things.
Tell me what's happened to Alex Jones.
So Alex Jones is obviously a piece of shit who is just peddles conspiracy theories so he can sell literally snake oil to dumb Republican Americans and make them.
What was his thing about? Did he say
So
Sandy
after
Hook?
Sandy Hook, he claimed that it was a false flag operation by the left to essentially try and get rid of guns. He claimed that all the
He does
parents
like
of dead
8-hour
children-
podcast a day. He's going to claim everything is false.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's essentially his defense now. He's like, I wasn't lying because I believed these things to be true, and they're like, we don't care if you believed it to be fucking true. That doesn't change the fact that it's a lie. And that doesn't change the law. So he basically, to the point where there were parents of children who could not visit their child's graves because they were being harassed there by people being like, "You're a liar. That's like, we know this is all fucking act." For 8 years, these people couldn't see go to their children's fucking graves. And Joe Rogan and Andrew Schultz are like, "We'll have him on the podcast. He's a wacky guy. He's going to say the word retarded. We're going to humanize
get
fucking
more
scum."
listeners.
Aye. They all profit of that. Now he's finally getting his comeuppance because it ruined these families' lives. They've proved that he did lie. So now it's to find out the damages that he's due. And it's only one family that's currently suing him. And the lawyers...
The two families got $50 million.
15 million.
Or something.
Yeah.
Two families did.
50,
Does he have?
1-5 or 5-0.
50.
Does Alex Jones have 30 million just sitting
He-
around?
his-
100%.
Yeah, they shown documents that at some points he was earning $1 million a day.
Yeah.
Nice.
But that's
So what is it that he does? Can we do that?
two families are getting 50 million, and there's like 3 more court cases.
Yeah. Oh, there's 7 more. Yeah. So, and also because once you win the first court case that he has, it's much easier because that's the way American law works. If you can prove this case was won before, that's how you prove it happens again, and we know the standard set for damages. So, man, hopefully it fucking ruins him. I hope it ruins his family.
You know what's
going to
happen after all these settlements, right? Live from Joe Rogan Studios.
100%. He's absolutely going to just be like, so...
I like Alex Jones. I laugh at him. I know we disagree on that.
Oh,
it's just
I
so
fucking-
stupid. It's just the most American.
But you're enjoying it as a character act, which would be fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
But
he
it's,
said that
it's earnest though, right? Like you can-
Frogs are the reason men are gay.
Yeah.
That was a great one.
Yeah,
that-
fluoride's in
like-
the water is turning...
He did a show during the court case, and his phone got fully leaked. His lawyers accidentally sent the full contents of his actual phone to the other lawyer.
Yeah, and then also when they found out, didn't go, whoops, please don't use that in court. We're just like, why would he be out to get against me?
Next podcast: Joe Rogan, Vladimir Zelensky, Brendan Schaub, Alex Jones. Called it here.
That's
what I'm
the
saying.
one. That's the new version of Louis
And
CK.
are you watching it?
And Brendan's gonna argue. He's
Yeah.
gonna be like, I went to something like you did with Bobby Lee. Vladimir's
I've
like,
had
who's Bobby
enemies.
Lee? America, please send us money. We need guns.
So now, he's basically just hopefully completely and utterly fucked to this point, and hopefully it just gets consistently worse for him.
He's gonna move to
his
Australia and
entire
take
family.
that island over or something.
And they are ripe for the conspiracy theory picking.
For
because-
sure.
Yeah.
In the country, they're like I feel like in Australia they've got like real liberal like city centres.
Yeah.
It's like Texas.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
it
you get
just-
the really like overcompensating.
Yeah.
To the point of like apologetic about the rest of the country.
All the liberal people managed to make their way to the centre, and those that didn't,
It's like a
Just like-
centrifuge is stupid.
But it's like so little. Like Melbourne is just in the middle, like
just-
a little, just a little Denver.
We were having a conversation last night. You hate Australians.
It's not. No. I
Talk
need-
to them.
listen.
They're listening.
No.
Allow me to sell you down the river.
No. I need to
Caveat.
Tickets and comedy festival. Great. No, I lived in Melbourne. No, it's just Australia. Yeah. Uncultured people, But but just shoes inside, the carpets everywhere, dirty apartments, the way they eat food, the way they consume food, disgusting. No, they've never contributed. I mean, with America, okay, Alex Jones, I'll take that as a hit, but Weekend. Oh, that's Canada. I know they're gonna get pissed off. But
I feel like you're doing your like ginger people have dirty feet thing.
No. America contributes.
Yeah.
Name one Australian.
Fosters.
Yeah.
They export Fosters, so you can have dirty piss water lager if you want it.
Yeah, and every time they name an entertainer, but he's Australian, they move to like America as soon as they got out there. The same one with Canadians. Canadians love to do that. Like Jim Carrey. Jim
Carrey's Irish.
As soon as he got his first paycheck, left.
Yeah. They do really bad chocolate in Australia.
Really bad, yeah.
Oh, the
Terrible.
coffee. You must like it for that, you know.
Yeah, but only Melbourne. I love Melbourne.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they put the boop in the little.
See, I love.
And just the weather. It's just hot, uncomfortable. The people, I don't know.
You know what's funny about this? We do a Rewind Wednesday where we do a flashback episode every Wednesday, and I just there's a couple of listeners like suggest stuff. And the last one was your massive rant about Australia, and now we're following it up straight away with a podcast where you're just
I'm sure
as if you're just picking up. As I was saying 2 years ago,
but Australia's one of the really good countries in the fact where with most of the people is you can just fucking badmouth them for ages, and as long as it's funny, they'll go, yeah. Like they're not. It's not like in America where you have to do the caveat of like, still love you. No, it's not all of you. I'm just talking about certain Americans here. You can be like, all Aussies are cunts, and Aussies are like, yeah, fuck yeah.
You know, I was saying the Wi-Fi there is so bad, and I just feel like a country having bad Wi-Fi, right? It's just like a man having a weak handshake.
Yeah.
It's just true. Hands you with just a limp hand, and you're just like, oh, really? That's
that's the standard. Just
check the scores.
I love how you compared my rant to Daniel Sloss's rant. Very funny of Australia. He's just like
he's a fan.
12-minute like article, and I'm like fuck shit island. Mine is like a TikTok.
You wear your shoes in the house.
Mine is a TikTok rant. Flip flop racist fuck.
Well, because we were talking about it because Australia's always like we've got such good food, and you're like because you let the Asians in. Like,
you just
you didn't do your own good food.
What's Australian cuisine?
Barbecue.
Okay,
And also
shit
compared to
barbecue.
Texas
They don't do
barbecue.
that.
Yeah.
And shit barbecue. You know,
It's better to be fair, it's better than British.
We can't talk about
British
barbecue.
barbecue is the absolute worst. Aussie barbecue is 100% above British barbecue. But then there's
the Texas barbecue.
Yeah.
It's different,
you
really.
Scots fuck it up. Like oh my god, there'll be like such a delicious, it's called like toast or brunch. There's all these delicious places, delicious coffee. Be like, free range egg with the yolk running, everything, avocado, boo, boo, boo. And then you put your bacon on it, like a boiled ham. And I'm like, what the fuck?
not like
American bacon one.
Yeah,
just take it as a hit.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
our
bacon.
I know you do. Yeah.
I like our bacon. Like,
Greasy spoons.
I miss it when I'm cutting across Europe.
Yeah.
To be fair, I do American bacon, like the crispiest.
English bacon. Well, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, they fucking 3D print American bacon because it's made from fucking rat eyes.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
none
sure
of it's actually fucking.
Yeah, I'm sure the English
Like
bacon had a
it's
name.
just fucking paste that
Yeah,
they told it to. Somebody painted it to look like fucking bacon, and they sprayed bacon flavor on it. Yum yum yum.
You think there's a field of pigs right now?
You never drive past pigs. Oh, no, this is our Alex Jones conspiracy. 3D print the bacon.
There's no pigs in America. Where have you seen one?
No, you drive past, you'll see fields full of sheep, fields full of cows, horses, llamas, alpacas. You'll see all.
That is true that there's a lot of
You never
bacon.
can.
I don't see too many pigs.
I've driven a lot in this country. Like, do they keep them underground?
True.
They
Yeah.
got fucking bunkers full of
Fuck
pigs.
all this because I eat
I've
pig.
had a lot of pig.
I eat a lot of pig.
Aye.
I eat like a pig a year.
Are they just like? Do they need less? Like you just put them in like a muddy square and you can fit 60 in there, but whereas cows need a certain amount of space.
I've seen more
No, they
stags.
don't.
I've seen more stags than I've seen pigs.
True.
In Britain, I have. I've seen more badgers than pigs, and I've never put my teeth on a badger.
You've never
Not without it fighting back.
That is funny. You said like they put like all those pigs mashed in together. That's the same with free range. Like when they say free range, it's not like running around.
No. They're
It's
just like there's aircon in the
No,
fucking...
free range is that they're like they have legs and they're a conscious animal, but they put them in like like a lift. It's like, how many chicken would fit here? You look at it, you're like 100. They're like, no, 2,000, you know. Dead ones in the bottom, and then they suck them with the vacuum. That's like free range, you know.
Yeah.
Caged eggs is like that fucking organ that just gives birth to an egg.
It just sucks out of it.
I know. This is You want to get breakfast out?
Would you eat, like, you know, because you know how they're like, I mean, I think they are at the stage of like 3D printed meat now.
But I don't give a fuck at all. Even when, you know, vegans, have you seen the footage of, but...
Yeah.
That was like that Jamie
But it makes you sad, so I'm going to eat this.
The Jamie Oliver thing where they showed the kids how they made chicken nuggets.
Have you seen this?
No.
Oh, so you obviously know who Jamie Oliver is.
Sadly.
He tries to do this thing where he's trying to teach kids to eat better food, and what he does is he cuts off chicken breast and he's like, yummy. Cuts off chicken thigh and goes, yummy. And all the kids are like, those are the good bits. And then it's just like the carcass left.
Yeah.
And he goes, would any of you eat this? And they're all like, no. And then he just blends it, and it's this pink, horrible paste, and they're like,
was it not like a grey paste and you had to add colour into it to
no,
make it
of
look
course.
edible?
He put breadcrumbs into it, he put salt and all these other additives, and then made them into the familiar shapes of the McDonald's nuggets. And they're like, and then he deep fried them, brought them out, and went, and who would eat these? And every single child was like, McDonald's! And they just ate all the... And you can see a single tear rolling down his face as he just suddenly understands the power of capitalism.
Yeah.
Like it was just all of his liberal fucking glass. If we just teach people, they'll do good things for themselves. Wrong, motherfucker. Welcome to the power of advertising.
Not when it comes to chicken nuggets.
You're not a clown. You're not a fucking clown. You don't have a hamburglar friend. I'm not going to listen to any of your fucking shit. Give me stuff I recognise and deep fry it. Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah, that is funny how like they thought education that was Greenpeace, right? That they were like, we're educating about the factories of iPhones, and we found out.
Yeah. and then they made a better iPhone. And
Exactly.
people were like, 3 cameras? I can't protect.
Listen, I can fit all of you in one picture. Like, look at
You
this.
can zoom out, can't you?
Yeah, bro, all of you are in. Boom. Look at this shit. How many? I mean, I know.
That's incredible.
A baby made.
But they've got suicide nets up on the buildings to stop the staff from killing
jump
themselves.
back up, continue working. Boing.
Never ends. but I don't need to update my storage anymore. I've got.
I still what I fucking hate is whenever they release a new phone, they go, this one's got 4 times as much memory, and you go, good, because towards the end of my last phone I was having to delete stuff, and they're like, and now because of the new cameras they take up 6 times as much space, and you're like, so it's less memory actually when I take fucking photos. It's the same because everything's upgrading, because you can make it look better. You're going to make it look better, which makes it take up more computer processing power. And I'm still getting a phone that in 6 months is going to be like, you need to delete some apps. I don't need any more pixels, and I don't need better quality. Just leave it there and make storage bigger. Fuck everything else.
Just get fucking terabytes of cloud storage and just let your phone fucking keep it in the cloud.
No, I don't believe in it.
Me neither. I want to have it.
No, I want it right there.
It's right there in a second.
Yeah, sure it is.
Nah,
you know, Ukraine was right there a second ago too. The cloud. One fucking.
I print out all
one
my photos,
fucking lawsuit.
on a hard copy.
Yeah, the Apple guy turns out to be a rapist. The cloud is gone. Now my pictures are gone.
No. And it's just, and where is this cloud? Come on.
And I'm so tied in now because
you've never seen pigs in a field. When have you seen this fucking cloud? Where is it?
I made hay not been open airplanes. There's loads of them. Big white things. That's not the.
You'll be such like an old.
You go up through the cloud and you just see everyone's nudes and that. Come out above it and get fucking hell.
That where is the cloud would be a very like a 65-year-old Daniel Sloss Scottish. Never seen a cloud, have you? I don't know why it's this accent, but you've modified it to American audiences, you know.
Yeah.
Because you have dropped your accent quite a bit.
Well, except when I'm home. So the problem is I've now realised, because when I do doing the Edinburgh Festival now, is because I'm in Scotland, I'll just use my normal fucking accent. I'll not have to slow it down. But because it's an international comedy festival, I'll meet people after the show from Lithuania, Estonia, America, and they're like, yeah, it's different in Edinburgh. And I'm like, I don't have to, you know, and I can just be like, can't this, fuck that, you know, Easter Road, all these other fucking references.
Yeah.
I'm the most Geordie I've ever been on stage for this show. And I just think it's because I'm talking about my childhood and growing up in Blythe. Like, I've totally regressed into me like natural accent.
Every time you come home from your show, Natalie's just like, I put in fucking years and years. Daniel played for English lessons. I got him different shoes, and he's fucking, I swear to fucking God.
One hangout at a bus stop with your old friends, you're done.
He just gives like, Natalie's our anniversary coming up. Can I finger you behind some bins?
So fifth anniversary, I've got us a bag of cans.
And a bag.
A bag of glue. Is glue sniffing still a thing?
I fucking hope not.
Because
No,
that used to be
For
a
sure.
thing.
No, glue stiffing.
Like 2 weeks ago, well, it's not to do with glue, but a week ago when I was walking down Glasgow, me and Posh saw a woman with a tank of butane just huffing it.
Like a fucking like a canister of
Like an actual like lighter fluid filler thing.
not like a Cala gas canister that you plug into your caravan.
For like filling up lighters and stuff. Just like
But how are they
I-
huffing it? Like putting in.
Just like, you know how it's got like the spray thing that you push down.
yeah.
Took that off, so it's just the tube, and just like pressing it up against their teeth.
just.
In the middle of the street.
I'd love to know her theories on things.
Aye.
But I wouldn't want to listen to them. I'd be like, can you write all these down? Like, I need to know what that does to a brain.
Yeah, you know the
Brain
scummiest.
damage.
Yeah, but like what kind of brain damage? Like the good kind where you just become like friendlier and you like the world more, or is it like fucking meth damage where it's like everyone's? But like,
It's
do you
probably
still?
not too far removed from balloons.
Aye.
I don't know. The scummiest thing I've ever done is hang over a moped petrol tank, fucking huffing petrol.
I tried it when I was young. Of course, you have to. You haven't tried it?
I don't think that's true at all.
Well, if you haven't tried it yet.
No, you have to. You haven't tried it?
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
a man
you're
from
too-
Newcastle and a man from the Newcastle of Europe.
It is too funny. It's too funny.
You never huff paint, my dude? You a bitch.
Europe stories?
Yeah.
I can't believe
True.
that.
I did, yeah. Very true, very true. No, but I tried it. A couple, you know. I tried it one time, uncomfortable, puked, but then gave it a couple. I could see it. There was something. No. Paint is a bit aggressive because you have to put, they squeeze it into the bag.
like way less aggressive than a fucking motorbike when you're just.
No, but the consumption, with like petroleum and,
I'm sorry. How about like you're walking through Jenner's or the airport is just. Do you want to try the new fragrance?
because when
from
you
them?
said girls, I'm sure you meant like girl, but in my head I was like, those like Melbourne, the horse racing hats, like a martini glass, just put it like the lemon wedge, a little bit of petroleum, just to give it.
I thought he would have been. He's quite posh. I thought he would have just used
Fuck you.
Optimax. The V power or whatever it's called, where you.
But with paint, you have to put. You have tried, right? One
Huff and paint?
Yeah, just no, not paint.
I
But
couldn't
glue.
afford it.
But glue, they have to put it in like a bag, and then you put the bag over your head, and it's just an explosion of fun times.
They had to ban Tipex from my school because people were sniffing Tipex. White out.
Yeah, that was a big thing. And then I remember, one guy who was like huffing, huffing gas. He would like, he had a scooter, like those
Moped.
a moped, yeah. And he would like put petroleum from one moped to the other, but he would like put
Siphon
it. Just take out, when you have to get it going, right?
Yeah.
By sucking it.
Because it's gravity, isn't it? You get
He would
you get it going,
he would
gravity
suck
does
a
the rest.
bit harder.
It's stories like this. This is why all drugs need to be legalized
For sure.
so they can be sold and taxed, because so the point people aren't just doing these cheap drugs. Oh god, I've never been outpriced of cocaine, I guess I'm just gonna
No one should have to smoke butane.
yeah like people are always going to want to get high. We've learned that now, but what we're doing is we're just making stuff that it's bad for them. It's all, they shouldn't be getting high off of it, but you've now put that out of reach, and now they're doing absolutely worse things because they want to get high.
You want to get butane lady and go, dude, just have some heroin.
Here you go.
Just have heroin.
Like
mate. You're making a fool of yourself.
You're better than this.
You're
You're better than petrol. You're better. Look, here's some gear.
Uh-huh.
I've made sure there's no fentanyl in it.
Yeah.
Go, you're better than this. Treat your body like a temple and go do heroin under that car.
He was saying when we go to Vegas, he doesn't want to touch cocaine because of the whole fentanyl thing. There's loads of bad batches and stuff. But
Good idea.
But I was saying, like, why don't we just, like, on day one, give Elliot Steele a couple of bumps and, like, a canary in the mine, just like if he wakes up, we're like, wait, how are they?
I can have a good.
I reckon
can
you
have a
could
good,
do cocaine with fentanyl, tell him it's fine, and then he would OD. yeah. Guys like you are reason why guys like him OD. You know that, right? That's exactly what happens at these Vegas parties. A dude from Newcastle is like, man, this is like really clear.
Yeah, like the fentanyl's going in and getting brushed off because of all the butane and petrol and unleaded over the years. It's just getting stuck in there.
Butane is in the body of Kyle. Like, what's hey?
He killed Fenton, and Fenton's a bit nervous.
Yeah.
I was meant to kill him, but
But it seems fun in here.
you guys are scaring us.
All Dan has is just one guy, just from coffee. Hi.
Just his weed
Just
guy.
weed. Just weed.
Just a weed guy.
I've got loads of weed guys, like random weed guys.
Yeah, one weed guy.
All on big bags.
They all start getting paranoid about fentanyl.
Wait, are you gonna kill him? No. We can get out, but we're not gonna. Don't. Don't kill him. Can you pass that? Don't kill him.
He's comfy.
I mean, this is how he wants to die, but he doesn't want to die. We've made him think about it.
Why are you making him close his eyes?
Yeah, I also don't need to do coke in Vegas to have fun. Like,
I love that. You don't.
Aye.
You don't. But I'm high on life. Fuck off.
no, I'm high on weed and tequila shots. Like,
yeah, I got a buzz off that £50 one.
Do you remember when you
so
were a
fucking
kid and you
toxic.
smelled? Remember when you smelled? What's that? Like a marker? You know?
Yeah.
Remember when you like? There was something. I remember when I was with my classmate, like 3rd grade. I remember he was like, "Hey man, does this smell like?" And he was like starting to do this shit.
oh,
Yeah, like I was born in there. Like
Yeah. And I remember like I smelled it, disgusting. But then there was a dude in front of us who was like, "What's?" And then he took one, and I could see it in his eyes. He has that gene.
yeah. You're like in 20 years, you live outside of a gas
And
station.
now he's like, when I go back to the like he's the dude in the bus stop, you know, just chilling. I'm like, God damn, that marker fucked you up.
It's a gateway pen.
And then but that glue, yeah, it's still a thing. Yeah, in Estonia there are like these, you know, you'll be like at a nice bar, martini bar, and then go for a piss, you know, because the loo's full. The loo, I'm using that word. That's
Nice,
your
man.
word, right?
Cultural appropriation,
Yeah.
but cool.
And then you would go behind the corner, and it would be like just this corner full of glue. I remember I used to have a bit that it's always like all this one like Russian brand of glue, and then one Memento. Like a proper one or a Super Attack. Do you have Super Attack here? No. What's your glue here?
Pritt stick.
It's not Pritt. Don't do that as a bit.
And it would be like one fancy American glue or something, you know? You'd be like, oh, there's one bum. You know, that shops in the store. He's like,
Oh, it's Gorilla Glue here is the big one.
yeah, correct. Yeah, one. And then he'd be like, oh, I'll try this. And then
Gorilla Glue is the one that Joe Rogan sniffs as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
You
for
know,
sure,
that's
yeah.
He loves his fucking Gorilla kettlebells.
that's a brand of weed, I know. A strain of weed, Gorilla Glue, right?
Colin just bought a brand of weed called Unicorn Piss.
Of course.
I've got it.
It's nice, isn't it? Speaking of, let's do a little fucking pause there.
Why? Is you still see the spike?
Yeah, well, I know. I just like to make it.
Listen, from one audio producer to another.
Can you get us back on with that little intro that you did before? Can you recreate that?
Welcome back
Just Sloth and Humphries on the road.
to Sloss and Humphries tonight, live from Edinburgh.
Was that weed that he smoked?
Yeah. No. He made us smoke some butane.
Crack.
No, listen. Do you know? Yeah, I know. Because for me, weed, coffee, it's an upper, right? Weed as well. I know sometimes. But do you not understand how many almost fist fights I've had? Because dudes will rock up to me and tell me about, you want to do coke? And I say, no, I don't do coke. And they get angry because they think it's them.
Oh, and you're like, oh, you think you're better than me? And you're
Yeah,
like, yeah, absolutely.
And you know how many you know how I'm such a dumb guy too, that if I'll be at a party and like, you know when you're someone's plus one, yeah, I'm sure you have not felt that enough.
Yeah, I know nothing about that.
But I get +1s to things.
Yeah. Okay, let's say we go to what place did we go to yesterday? We
Abattoir.
Yeah, it's one of those places. Every time I go to Abattoir, he's like a ladder to people, clack, 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 for a career, and I'm just like a +1 standing there.
Yeah.
So he's like my anchor, but Sloss always has to give 77 hands, like PDD. He just goes in. Everybody gets a chit chat, and I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna stand. When you have to stand next to.
You're like, I go to Brooks Bar and just people are chatting there but looking over your shoulder at someone else, and he's like, I go to Brooks Bar and everyone's just looking over people's shoulders at me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be seen dead in Brooks Bar.
Sorry for that.
Yeah, for those that don't understand, so the Edinburgh Festival, there's the Free Fringe, which is its own thing. There's another Free Fringe, which is its own thing. There's the Fringe itself, and then there's the Edinburgh Festival, and then there's I think it's about 10 or 15 different venues, but the big four are Pleasance, Gilded Balloon, Underbelly, and Assembly. And each of those has its own artist bar, for all the artists that are doing there. And then also, if you've got the right connections, you can get artist bars.
So when we talk about Abattoir, that's the one that we mainly go to.
Because it's at Underbelly. Even though I don't think I've ever performed at an Underbelly venue, it's just my favourite artist bar. Because Loft is more...
That's afters. Loft is afters.
Loft exists because you get late and live on the Fridays and Saturdays. Well, in fact, every night at the fucking festival, and that doesn't end till like 5 a.m. Loft has a license until then, and you just get absolutely fucking mullered. Whereas I think Abattoir is just like 3.
Oh, it's chilled out. Like, you can get comfy seats, and it's like all fucking fairy lights and that. It's fancy.
But it is 3 shipping containers on top of each other. But it made the inside like a bit like a bougie hunting lodge sort of thing. There's heads of fake animals on the wall and butterfly fucking connections
some
in the
bad
table.
taxidermy.
Yeah. And it's nice. Loft is a bit more
There's a painting
crazy.
of Charlie Chaplin in there.
Assembly's all right. Have you met an Assembly one?
Yeah.
It's okay.
The Loft is a spot, I remember my first Fringe. I think you gave me like a card that I can get into the Loft. It was like I remember it was one of my first Fringe.
I got heaps on me in there if you want one.
And I went in there. Oh yeah, sure. I have plenty of connections to make. No, I was there at the Loft, and I remember there was a comedian that I knew. I did like gigs with him in Thailand, but he was talking to like Jimmy Carr. Yeah. And I remember it was one of those times like, he sees me come in, but he's like, I'm not even gonna.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we like made eye contact, and I was like, it is what it is.
See, I do like the artist bars, and I used to like them because, man, I like the fact, because I've got a mild form of ADHD, where I like have another conversation with them, and then halfway through that conversation, you have a conversation with so-and-so. I always really like that.
You're a
aspect
social
of
butterfly.
It. Yeah, well, no, I was a social butterfly.
That revolving door of the conversation was all right for you.
Whereas now, man, I've spent it's amazing for the Fringe to be back on, especially after being away from it for like 3 or 4 fucking years. Like, it feels like it's properly back, and I was like so excited for all the things that I've missed for the past couple of years. But I would see people that I'd recognise and normally be like, hey, and I'm just look straight. If they say hi, great.
Yeah.
But just do not make eye contact. Make them stop you. Make them fucking move. And every walk has an extra half an hour to it if you speak to it.
That was hard last night. I had to get right across town from Newtown to George Square, and I was in a hurry because Natalie had a show to get to, and I just couldn't get across the street because like people you haven't seen in 4 or 5 years just grabbing your arm and like, hey, and you're like, I can't just brush this off even though I've got somewhere to be. It's fucking
yes
rude.
You can. There's a place called Estonia. We're like, I'm like the best at that.
Just ignoring people.
Yeah,
what's your secret?
No, but people will sometimes write to me later. Like, there'll be somebody that I really know, but it's just that I'm in the middle of a thought. I'm walking somewhere. And
I even had headphones
on. And
on
when they write to you, like, Jesus, is something like... And then sometimes... when you sometimes like have an interaction and then 3 years later you hear that for the past 3 years they thought that you have a beef with them or something. They're like,
oh yeah, because you just worked
I thought I said something. And I'm like, no, I was high, watching.
I haven't thought about you once, so that's not beef. It's way worse than beef.
Yeah.
It's absolutely irrelevant.
Yeah, if anything, you've been pied.
What were you saying just before we click record on the podcast? You're looking at your phone and you're like, somebody just insulted me and it's got so far into my head.
Yeah, yesterday somebody called me Kyle Legacy called me a hammerhead fuck, hammerhead sharks.
Yeah,
They look
yeah.
like, and now it's been bought, and people are now sending me different, because I shared it. People send me different like anime characters that are exactly.
What do you think it is about this that makes you hammerhead?
Just my eyes apart. Every time your eyes apart.
the proportional.
It's just that Neanderthal head.
Yeah, Sid the Sloth from Ice Age Eyes.
That was mine.
That's what I was getting to, Kai.
Oh,
Great
so-
intro by the Daniel Sloss show.
He died.
Alex Jones rant incoming.
He dived in, didn't he?
No,
I got hit
but
with
that's
Sid the Sloth.
Sid the Sloth. Ever since my childhood, Sid the Sloth. And then when you started touring Estonia, people be like, Kai Humphries and Ari Matti are two exact, like we would totally be in Ice Age, but like different sloths.
Yeah, well, that should be the name of this podcast: Sloth, Sloth, and Sloss.
Wow, what would that do for my career?
I think it would be like Sid the Sloth's cousin in Ice Age 5.
Because your eyes are like really close.
You think so?
Look at me.
Or mine are just so apart.
Yeah,
Every
I
time.
think only in comparison to you. I don't know. Oh no, I guess your beady little seagull eyes are quite
Whoa!
close.
Yeah, I've got beautiful eyes.
Well, that's not true, Maddie.
Well, I've got a Maddie. I've got like a. You seen me little?
Yeah, I know.
Runny pupil.
It's cool. Yeah, that adds something, right?
Having an eye like a fucking poached egg.
That is funny. That's very.
Like the way they do it on the Instagram, when they cut into it and it just
God
bleeds.
tried to drop it. You know when he tried it with a YouTube tutorial. When the guy drops it and it's just perfect, and then you do the gentlest and it goes running.
Yeah, that's my.
My mum got her laser eye surgery done last week, because when my dad got it done, it was that surgery where they just cut your eyes, flip them open, fire lasers down into the thing to make them better. Whereas the one my mum's just done is they cut open your eyes, they pull out the lens, and they put in a lens that they've made into it. And it's all attached at the same time, and they just put it.
It's like a fused on contact lens.
Yeah, but it's in there forever. It doesn't ever need replaced. It's like, it's good, but it's just like, it's fucking weird. And I can't remember who we were talking to, but they were like, "Oh no, I could never do it. I wouldn't want to be blind." And I'm like, "Well, you'd never be blind." They go, "But what if they fucked up?" And I'm like, "Right, they're only fucking up one eye. They're not doing both eyes at the same time."
That's still.
Yeah, you definitely go blind in one eye. But here's what happens: either they fuck up the first eye, right, and they go, "Whoops." You're not letting them do in the second eye. It's not like, have a fucking gamble, go ahead.
The chances of it going wrong twice.
No, I don't care how they pitch it. They're like, "Oh, I promise I'll get the second one right." No, you won't. I'm either going to a different place or whatever. Or they nail the first one, and then they fuck up the second one. You're never ending up with no
Completely
eyes.
blind.
True is that an eye surgery is like, it's like a heart surgery with a fail-safe.
And you can't watch 3D movies anymore.
But imagine if he fucks up both eyes. Because if you fuck up one eye, it's like, well, statistically, it's like, when a plane goes down, people are like, now it's safe. Because now they really check. You know?
Well, people always go, if you made it to the airport, congratulations, you survived the most.
I hate that. I hate that
travel.
statistic when they go, it's more chances. Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously you're more likely to die in a car
I like
crash.
there's more chance of dying because of a toaster than a shark attack.
But I'm scared. But
And you're like, that's because I don't fuck sharks.
But then even those people who say that, then you watch them take off on a flight and it's fucking.
We're gonna have a compilation of me taking ages to get jokes. There's so many now. They're making fucking notes of when I've fucking taken 5 seconds or more to get a joke.
Jack and Matthew are sort of teaching themselves how to do the social media clips that we need, and every single one they've practiced on so far is me putting in a joke and then there being anywhere between 5 to 17 seconds before Kai turns around and goes, "Oh!"
And they fucked the toaster in that joke.
Yes, I did that. Thank you.
Sorry, we interrupted.
Yeah.
No.
No,
I had nothing.
Are you enjoying your fringe so far, Ari?
Well, the city
Cutting
doesn't work.
journalism, Daniel.
Yeah.
The city doesn't work, right?
Yeah. What do you know? Saying the city doesn't work is actually fringe hack. Like
Is it?
Yeah, it's the equivalent of.
There goes my set tonight.
It's the equivalent of. It's the equivalent of going to Melbourne and being like, "Hey, you guys have free trams." Like it's just.
It's like the equivalent of saying like it doesn't matter where you go, you're going uphill. I go to there and it's uphill, then I come back and it's uphill.
That is my bit.
It's everyone's bit, man. It's everyone's bit.
Yeah. No, I know. Of course, I know that. That's obvious.
That bit was around before hills.
Of course,
because it's like you said, Edinburgh is like, and I hadn't heard this line. Edinburgh is like a Jackson Pollock painting in which it's always
stairs.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just always going up and up and up.
But then, yeah, already some nerd. It's actually Emily Escher. You know, Jackson was the guy. You know, he's shit on.
yes, aye.
But
who was the one that did the ladders that never stopped fucking?
Emily Escher.
Oh, yeah. Do you say Usher? I think it's Usher. Yeah.
Salvador
Oh,
Dali?
stop it. Okay. You didn't know. You said Pollock. You laughed.
Pollock was the splashes.
So
Yes,
let's.
aye.
Yeah. But now we're getting the best part of humor, the explanation after.
Who was Melty Clocks?
Oh, that was Picasso.
Nope.
Salvador Dali, who I said
There you
before.
go. Yeah, that was him. Aye.
What was Picasso? Was that nose for a chin?
Yeah.
Picasso. Oh, Picasso shark. Yeah. Put the eyes anywhere, whatever.
But the bus never comes too. You know, that's what the fuck. I've never been.
When do you think the last time I got a bus was?
He's been on the
but
bus.
sometime-
But like posters.
I know. Yeah.
That's also Finchak.
yeah. Aye. You wait for one and then two Daniel Slosses turn up at once.
Yeah.
So what about the city do you not think works?
Well, it's just I've never, you know, like you could be in fucking Bangladesh. The bus is late, but it comes. Here, what happens? And it's been multiple times. This is my third friend. No, literally, today, I was coming here. I was supposed to meet you at Haymarket. I was like, okay, sure. Get a coffee, hang out. You know, I see the hooligans, all that. Wow, Scottish, wow. And then I go to a bus stop. Other people are also at the bus stop. So I know I'm not just some insane guy with Google Maps.
Yeah, glue guy back in Estonia.
And I see the countdown. I'm early, 5 minutes. 5, 4. Do now. Nothing happens. 15 minutes later, and people are just like, huh? And they just start, dropping like flies.
Yeah,
And
like,
then,
I guess it's
and then was just the last. I was
Yeah.
just the last guy.
Everyone just taps out of
And it just happens. What? But is it an accident?
No, it's
No,
the
it's
buses.
Scotland.
Yeah, the buses go through really rough parts of Edinburgh, like on the outskirts, and they don't know what buses are, so they hunt them like fucking Neanderthals with spears.
Yeah.
So
Bring them down, and then they take them back to the village and start like trying to strip them down.
So it's not just Edinburgh; it's all of Scotland. Like, we used to have to get a bus an hour to school, so because we lived so far away, and there were just days when the bus just didn't come, and you'd phone the bus company, and they'd be like, "Well, he left with the bus."
So what is
So like
it?
if he's not on the route,
He stole the bus. It was his last day.
So what is it? Are you just really stupid that you can't figure it out, or you give a fuck
I thi-
about
I think-
or you don't give a fuck about poor people?
I think I've got an excuse for Edinburgh.
Deep hour.
Edinburgh's it's got so much history. It's a fucking old city, right? It was built for the odd horse and cart, and now it's got families who have 3 cars.
Yeah.
So the fucking roads are
But that's
just clogged up.
that's every city in the world.
except for any of the American ones.
Yeah, because playing a room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just grids, right?
Yeah.
They just got to build a city from
This is cool.
scratch.
Aye. And to be fair, look, it's a much better system.
Yeah.
You know, not to say I'm happy for any of the countries that got bombed during World War II. But sure, you were like, well, we can clean this up a bit now.
Glasgow's got way more of a grid system on, but they've done such a one-way system that it's like getting out of a fucking hedge maze. Like, I'm like, what have you done with that?
So I was thinking, okay, is it that because it's so you're capturing the votes of the majority? That's what you're catering in your city. It is a rich city, so they just don't give a fuck about the buses because the people who are voting are the people with the
trams
cars.
are just a money sink.
Yeah.
Just to create jobs.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think Scottish people are just so used to everything being a little bit shit. Like since we've grown up, we like being Scottish. We're proud of being Scottish, but part of being proud of being Scottish is about being realistic about being Scottish. And you go, we are shit at
So
most
it's like a
things. Yeah. No, we're just used to we're not Japan. We're not getting the fucking trains that are on time, speeding between places.
So what's
we don't have the efficiency of Germany. We're just people don't hate us. Nobody in the rest of the world really hates us because we're non-threatening. We're just like the fun island alcoholics that aren't monocle wearing cunts.
I love how if this was Australia, you would have had a completely different spin on it.
Yeah, well,
But you know how, like I said, like Australia having bad Wi-Fi is like meeting someone and they've got a weak handshake.
Aye.
Scotland not having public transport is like meeting someone and they've forgot their wallet. Like you're like, oh fuck, I'll get this then.
yeah, whoopsie, I'll find another way. Yeah, we're just, we're not great at sports. We've invented heaps of shit, and that's what we're like. That's why we're such a good fucking country.
They're claiming golf.
Aye.
Huh?
Golf, TV, radio,
Whiskey.
penicillin,
Okay.
whiskey.
Penicillin yours, aye?
Aye.
Is it?
Yeah.
TVs.
TV's on Scottish. Oh, hold on. There's something.
We're not here to fact check Scottish facts. We're here to fact check facts about England and Estonia.
Answer this is like something like chicken tikka masala or like madras or something. Is which one is it? No, but tikka masala it is. So obviously you'd think that was from like India or something. But Scottish.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Well, because they just came over and they were like,
Claiming curry.
Yeah. We've got all this lovely food. And we were like, we don't like spicy things that we don't trust. And they're like, okay, just make them a fucking white people curry. And then we were like, I love foreign cuisine. Yum, yum, yum. It's like, you order the same thing on the menu every time. Like, what part of India do you think they're regularly eating chili and chips? What's...
It is funny going back, you go back to India and you're like, one chicken masala, please.
And they're like, what are you fucking talking about?
My God, yeah.
Do you think it's like, Scotland, it's not Scotland, America have cheese on everything and then you get there and you go, oh, wait a minute, that's not cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not cheese, that's plastic, that. You've melted plastic on your stuff.
Even, I remember, because we had Jeffrey Asmus with us on tour, a great comic from Wisconsin, and Wisconsin's like the cheese state. And we were like, your cheese is shit, right? He's like, that can't be true. Like, what's going on? And I'm like, even your good cheese is not... America's best cheese is worse than the cheapest cheddar that you get in fucking Asda.
Cheddar's Scottish. It's from Cheddar.
Is that a place?
Yes, it's a place. Wow.
I didn't know that either.
I think it's going Danish as a Belgian.
Salvador Dali, cheddar, look at you. Jesus.
Natalie changed him. Man.
Trying to.
Yeah, actually, do you want to know the truth behind that? My POV holidays were in Cheddar.
Yeah.
Because we were going on staycations before they got called that. Before they got gentrified.
Yeah.
Staycation is the gentrification of POV holidays.
Yeah, which is we can't afford to get on a
everyone
plane.
fucks off on a flight. But like, if you can afford that for your family, put a tent in the car, just fuck off. We'd go to Somerset, go to Cheddar, and we'd end up buying like garland drums aside out the back of people's cars. They're selling them on like fucking laybys. And you just gone in and they've just fucking made it themselves. It's cloudy as shit.
That's a very Eastern European thing that we always get from like whenever we're on tour, whenever we're in Estonia or like Slovakia and Slovenia.
What do they give you?
Oh, just bottles of my granddad made this in the bath.
And it's also like just a nondescript alcohol.
Yeah.
They're like, what's it made from? You're like, he doesn't tell me the secret recipe.
And people could die.
And every time I'm like, lad, thank you very much, but I want to watch you drink it first. I don't think you'll kill me, but I just need to see like whether like your pupils split into two and then you just go somewhere else. Like, have you accidentally made LSD? Because when he was boiling potatoes in a bath, it stripped off all the asbestos paint from your 1960s fucking house and it dripped in. And you've just given me something that Joe Rogan would be like, have you done this on his podcast?
Yeah.
The bathtub just fell through the floor like on Breaking Bad.
Yeah, and he didn't stop making it.
he just started making it in the kitchen. On the kitchen floor.
Opened the fucking fridge, took more potatoes out, started boiling them.
I am sure I've been given like potato-based alcohol before in Romania.
Yeah, heaps, real bad stuff. I'm pretty sure there's, never ever underestimate the POV's ability to get fucked up the quickest and cheapest way.
Yeah.
That's why, that's why there is cultural appropriation. It's like we oppress other people into misery and then they start having fun and people go, hey, hold on, how are you having fun down there? My foot's on your, give me that. That's ours, okay. Now you can go back to it. By the way, this is illegal for you now. And then they have to find something new and so on and so forth.
And I guess that's the origin of curries as well, is the fact that like the food might have been rotten, so they just put shit tons of spices in. So it's like a poor substitute for.
That's why we're the potato. That's why we're so big, potato people, right?
Yeah,
it's good for you, but it was because you could grow it during winter and shit. Yeah, potatoes and meat. Yeah, it's funny that how. But why is so they say gluten is bad, but Italians aren't fat, and they only eat gluten, right? They only eat bread all the time.
Italians not fat? No, I don't know them as a fat people. No. Like they haven't got.
You guys are fatter than Italians for sure.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah, we're a chunky nation because we make good chocolate.
Yeah, and they're all chocolate and pasta and olive oil. And that,
yeah. Well, the pubs too. I mean, the food.
Yeah, maybe that's it because they're less of a pint drinky country. Like the Italians are washing it down with red wine.
That's the
but
kicker.
That's as calories as well.
Yeah, but not as much
not
as
like
16 fucking pints with a curry.
I had about 6 Guinness last night.
When have you ever seen an Italian woman drink a Foster's?
Yeah, true.
Like it's never happened. Like she would just break her own neck and die. Like that's not. So
she's got dignity. She's a dignified woman, the Italian woman, like you're doing.
yeah, but they just won't reduce herself to being like, I'll just they need to hold things by stems, makes them feel they're not having a drink like that. That's not how they do things. It's all dainty, all salad forks. Just being sexist to Italian.
Just profile an Italian woman. You've never met one.
No.
never met a single
You know,
Italian
the night
woman.
with their stupid little sunglasses. Yeah, lisps.
They keep doing that.
Aye. Because that's how they want you to fist them.
Tell us about your ring.
Oh, it's a ring. Yeah, it was.
Got a pinky ring on.
Yeah. Ruven Govender, I think his name is. He's a comic. He gave it to me to do sets at his shows. Yeah, I'll take it off when I bomb.
Oh yeah. So it's just like I'm not worthy.
Been a week.
It's like when you're on
but
there
it's just funny,
hammer.
yeah. And the way people, it's just this look is a great look to have when you're like a participant at Free Fringe.
Yeah.
You know, like doing like a comedy striptease, and you show up like, damn.
Yeah.
It seems really. What's that? It seems really odd to like hold a bucket at the end when you're dressed like $1 million.
Yeah. Although.
First of all,
This is not a million
we can go back. He quoted 240 and he got it for a tenner. what inflation are you running on this podcast?
Yeah.
He's wearing a pinky ring and he's got a block red tracksuit.
Look, I know you think he looks mint.
That looks class, I am hard right now.
I bet Natalie, when you walked in dressed like that, she was like, you can't wear that in front of Carly.
That's how I would dress if it wasn't for Natalie. I'd like man to stop me from being me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at me plain as fuck.
Just like a person.
I used to express myself.
Yeah. Well, it's
Remember that fire trap jacket I had on? Red jacket with blue sleeves. I looked class in that.
and your fucking seagull wearing a beanie shirt.
Oh, seagull wearing a beanie and all that. I looked class me when I walked in. I was fresh.
Yeah. But when I
Nobody ever talks about my clothes.
if I go.
Before, people always used to comment on my clothes and how I dressed all the time.
It was a good icebreaker. People would mention my clothes.
Sure.
They would be like, you look like a schoolboy.
Oh, I saw him with a backpack. Yeah, you two, the backpack warriors. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you would also. Oh my god! Every time I saw you, I always had like crooked. You know what I hate when somebody has headphones on all the time, but one side really long, the other like just fucked up.
It's because his ears are on different sides of his head. He's a fucking inbred.
Yours. That's not an insult.
Different heights. And as if you're Picasso.
Yeah, you don't just like the.
Yeah, you would always
off the
just
headphones.
look lost.
Yeah.
At grocery stores in Estonia. I'd be like, this fucking guy.
People that was one of me. I think I've mentioned this before previously. But
Remember when you guys puked on me in Tartu and
He
Mirko?
puked on you.
No,
I
you did too.
Man,
You puked near the gym. Very funny. But you know,
down the side of the couch.
but it was so interesting because you guys did the show down the street. I remember they were there, and then I remember all the employees were like, wow, like, because we were like, oh, we're bringing in these comedians that we're having, and then you just puked all over the place. And left. And you just did that one shot, you straight puke on my arm, you puke on the chimney, and then we left. And they're like, oh, thanks, Ari. Oh, I'm bringing in these international artists, actually. And he's actually
been on
becoming...
Netflix?
No, he wasn't that point. But I was like, you know, Conan, they're like, Conan O'Brien. I'm like, yes, Conan. Blub, blub, floods. Just, and your vomit too, Newcastle vomit. Because if you would have eaten only that day in Estonia, but you came from, I don't know, Slovakia. I don't know.
Goulash came up.
When it just had a big
puke.
greasy tray of meat.
That tour puke, you know, just all over the chimney, like on the wall, and it's like an artist bar. And it just brought into, and then one
Chuck
shot,
a fucking frame on it.
Do you want me to sign it? I'll do it with my finger, not a pen.
3 minutes, boom, ba, boom, done, and I think I didn't even pay.
Was that when we also, for some reason, I had that hotel room that had a fucking sauna in it?
One person sauna, remember that? Just close.
We're like, God, this will be fun. And then we were just three sweaty men.
Really close.
Alcohol.
That was grim. And the shout out the bar. Do you know the bar name?
Mirko.
Mirko has a
it's
shot.
a legendary bar.
Sorry.
It's a legendary
their
bar.
fault. I'm not taking any responsibility for this.
Yeah, 'cause
they've got
they
a
have
shot called Sparta, which is a triple shot, and it's
Stroh.
You'll have to explain what that is.
S-T-R-O-H.
Stroh.
Stroh.
It's
Absinthe.
80 strong. No. Absinthe has as well. It's like an 80 strong.
And then
liquor.
the water it down with vodka.
No, it's
The vodka's the weakest alcohol in it, so vodka actually
What is it?
brings
What's
the
the actual
percentage down.
ingredients?
tequila. I think the other one is.
Tequila it
Stroh's
is.
80% alcohol is what they put on like St. Bernards to find missing people.
Yeah, Stroh
I'm,
is.
I'm sorry, what?
It's like such a strong alcohol that like St. Bernards can smell it from ages away.
Yeah.
Oh, so they put. Wait, hold on.
So they give it to people. Sorry, I'm pretty sure.
So they give it before they go
they're
missing.
Right.
So they go, right, I've got no faith in you tonight. You gotta get this and there's some straw on your sleeve. Right?
Yeah.
So, something like that. I'll look it up.
Before they go missing, that's funny.
Yeah,
They should have just when the McCanns went out for a fucking pint, they should have just fucking put a bit of straw on Maddie.
just make it do a
And then they
shot.
would have just found the body easily.
Hey, you know what I saw yesterday? I've never seen this in the world. What's this? Street help? No, street. Fuck. A truck that just helps drunk women find their way home. Not a truck, but like a car. Street. What the fuck? Street assist. That was it.
Street assist.
Is that it? Or is that just a cleaning service that happened to help a woman that was drunk? I saw yesterday. Okay, so yesterday I see street assist car. You know, they have these gloves on, chicks.
Yeah.
And they're looking for drunk women, helping them on their feet. Was that a nice thing to do? Or is that a service?
Oh, I think it sounds like a nice thing. It sounds like a bunch of
I
women
just
were like,
realized
right,
when
we're
I'm
gonna-
saying
we're
this
gonna
sentence,
offer
because I was
this.
high as shit, and in my head I go, wow.
That sounds really cool. That
Yeah.
sounds like a really. But imagine you're just like, I don't know, like rushing to get to another venue and you stumbled and tripped and all that, and then the street assist are all out. You're not even drunk. They're just like, come on, girl, we'll get you back home. You're like, I'm gonna be late for my gig.
Yeah, no, you're not going anywhere.
I tucking you into bed sober. Why?
But I was just so high, I was just like, oh, is this like drunk? Like a van full of drunk women getting a free ride home. I was like, wow, that's a party van.
Yeah, that's it. They just collect them in like stray
Yeah.
cats and dogs, and they're like, we can.
But then I started thinking, okay, this girl, because the employees were girls as well, but the driver was a dude. I was like, okay, that's another.
They're not going to put them in more danger.
That's what I was thinking. That's a good rape scheme too. We'll just ride around with.
Watch that guy, like.
I was going for the sexism of you can't have a woman drive. That's the type of
I
awful
was going
trying
for
to be.
a rapist.
Yeah, okay. So we both went for shock, but we went to two very different. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, 2 jokes for the price of 1.
Yeah, neither good.
No reaction.
Yeah, no joy.
Two jokes for the price of 1, still shortchanged.
I love how this is like 3 separate podcasts.
Yeah, always is. Well, hold on. But where's your shows on? Where can people go and fucking see you during the
we have a
film?
Comedy Estonia showcase. It's at the Attic Counting House. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
doing that other
What time
spots
is that
too.
on?
See, also Comedy Striptease. See, that's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, so these are Velcro.
Yeah,
Because,
but I haven't. You have to strip if you bomb. I haven't stripped so far.
Nah,
but
start
it's
with the
coming.
ring. Start
But I
with
have I usually wear. What kind of underwear do you wear? I wear like.
Oh, fuck, I've got old Lonsdale's on.
yeah,
Don't
I
do
wear
this.
like with the not sexy belly.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I've got next.
You wear like Jim Jam.
Yeah, because
Fucking.
it's so comfy, bro.
You wear Jim Jams, I wear like boxer briefs.
But if it's Comedy Striptease,
I want my
then-
balls to be fucking held and.
Aye.
shit
No, but then it
into them.
runs up because of my muscular legs, and it
All
runs
right.
up. You know, I know it's a weird way.
Well, mine stops my fat legs chafing.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, do you? I guess we should recommend some other shows.
Gareth shows class.
Is it?
I saw that before, mate, and it's fucking mint. It's really fucking good. Go see Gareth.
Michelle Brazier's got a great show this year. It's the one that she did at the Melbourne 2 years ago. I saw it was great, so I'd recommend
And
that.
she was also babysitting Peggy for quite some time
There you
last
go.
night. So.
Aye.
Oh, we were talking about this before. So, this is also interesting. What's so when you play music at your shows, you pick the playlist, right?
Yeah.
Do you sometimes change the playlist on the night because you have a vibe?
No. I specifically pick music that I know
Because you can fall into the ski
got a-
tracks of an act, right? And
I've got a real bad taste in music, so I just like subjecting my audience to my terrible taste. Things that because not only
You've
does
got
the
quite a
music
bit of range in your playlist. There isn't a theme to your playlist. There'll be like a fucking like a classic Scottish anthem or something followed
Aye.
by like
a
some,
filthy banger, followed by
some, like,
7
fast rap.
Mumford and Son songs.
Yeah, Imagine
yeah,
Dragons.
you've had a.
Aye.
Because like it is funny that some acts pay no. I understand that too. You just want to come straight on stage. For me, playlist more. I freak out. Like I'll be in the back of like a room that I'm doing, and I'll see people. If I see people, you see the Shazam come out. I'm like, that's a bigger compliment than my act.
Yeah, you should. This is a good niche for your Fringe for publicity. You should go around doing star reviews on people's playlists and leave just as it starts.
Because I was saying this before too. If you after my show, if you compliment my act, that's my profession, right? Because you compliment my work, right?
Yeah.
But if you compliment my music, that's my taste.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, it's like,
I need both.
yeah.
Yeah, like
No, I don't
I
think
put
anyone's...
huge emphasis, and I want songs you don't know. I hate when songs like I can't if it's like a popular like your Walk On was something, right? That
Oh, the fucking
Tommy Prophet.
Tommy Prophet, Only One King. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that song and I was like, fucking dibs this.
I'm currently walking on to Icky Thump by the White Stripes.
oh shit.
Quite
I
a
have
big
only house music.
quite a big building though. That's the one I walk on stage to.
Yeah.
But it's about like 19 seconds building, which I think's too much.
Because I'm doing a work in progress, I walk on stage to silence and off to less.
Yeah. It's
Are
all
you actually walking on to no walk on music?
Yeah, just walk out, just being like, I'm not putting any
no
fucking
frills at
production
all.
on this.
You haven't
No.
paid for a poster. The poster's just waiting.
You can
I
always
smile
know
at them.
You can always know how successful I are is how long, like into the song, can you go, right? Because if you do clubs, it's like 2 seconds, and they put it down, right?
Yeah.
Do
But if
big
you
rooms,
can
oh,
play it,
shit.
people still get hyped. I remember one of the first times I ever saw Ed Byrne perform, and obviously this was when, Ed Byrne's very successful, but he was at the Adam Smith Theatre, and, he introduced his support acts, and then there was a break, and then there was no... I think what he did is he just went, ladies and gentlemen, Ed Byrne, and then walked out on stage, no music, and everyone clapped and cheers and everything. And I remember on our first tour, I was like, I could probably do that. And I think it was at the Lowry in Manchester to like fucking 60 people. And just went, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Sloss, and then just walked
Everyone's
on to
like,
utter
who?
silence.
They're confused.
Yeah, they're like, oh, is that whose name's on the...
They're there because it's a theatre.
Yeah,
Rather like, not
But with the music, the other part is, when you get to the mic and they cut it off and the silence hits you, then you're like, I really overplayed the expectation.
Whereas now it's nice because now I can just open the door and walk out before I hit the... They're clapping.
That's the highest, right?
I'm like, that's success.
I bust that stagecraft before I get to the mic. Like I get the mic and then I'll give it one of them,
Yeah.
and then they volume up, and then I get the mic stand, and it's
so you cheat.
a day, yeah. But I mean, I'm normally opening, so fucking it's a good
Because you can also, that's the point exactly. When no introduction, just walk on stage, pure power of sight.
Yeah.
That's famous. Because there are like points where if you walk on stage just to pure silence, people are like the stage hand. Oh, I think it's the art. Oh,
Yeah.
it's him.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if you're like
imagine
Dave Chappelle, you see that leg, you're done.
Yeah, that fucking
You're
big
done.
one overall.
Yeah, leg and the head, because you know.
How does he walk? Did Dave Chappelle's walk?
I'm actually a very known person. But like you were saying that in your so you're doing a working out show, so you take because it's interesting, right? That I've done that too. I've overshot because I stress on the music. I even started having a little light show and shit on my door. But there's a saying that never take away from the power of your instrument, which is your mouth. Because speaking is a very delicate form, right? And I remember I did some shows where I overdid it, and that's very much in America as well. You watch American comedians, you see there on stage, it's like 7 dudes after the and selfies.
They've got a fucking DJ,
it's all. I'm always like, fuck, because I'm kind of
they buy and pay for atmosphere as opposed to create it themselves.
No, which is also great. I mean, I want to see a show that's a party too.
Bit of a production value is good.
Which is great.
Yeah.
But I always think sometimes I've also overshot. Like, but then how New York City? There needs to be that too, right?
Aye.
Whereas as a fan, I would say sometimes you watch like a Louis C.K., him confusingly walking on stage and just starting. Because then your first words have so much power, right?
Yeah, because people are fucking waiting for. Yeah, and it wasn't you saying your own name.
Yeah,
because people always say that to me, like, do you do your own intros? And I'm like, yes, and I always I'm not fucking getting somebody else.
It is interesting that you do that, but that's also that's interesting.
Some comics have full backdrops and shit, don't they?
I have that.
Like they'll have their name or whatever, like in big fucking lights.
I have
and shit.
a flamingo.
So how do you even travel with that? Like, what if are you doing?
Yeah, that's where budget comes in, because you need to fit it in one car.
Yeah, but we fly to most gigs.
Yeah, man, that's why we have such a boring setup on stage.
Yeah,
and will forever.
Yeah. I mean, you've walked on to some You do know sound, yeah. I've seen when you grab the mic, people are like, the sound guy. You see him fucking jump, just start. Because you guys use the microphone so differently too. Yeah, I've seen.
Oh yeah. I mean, for a professional comic, sometimes I do have terrible because I'm so used.
We do. I always
you
sound
can't.
check it. I sound check it and go. It's the same level for us both.
Yeah.
And then do you do something different?
No. But sometimes it's like I'm just used to mics where you can, and I'm used to certain techs who are just like they're waiting for the mic to go further away from my mouth and on the ball, and then you've got some techs who just want to leave it as is.
I think leave it is the best, right?
Yeah, I prefer
you-
leaving because then I'm in control and I know how far
in
the mic needs
control,
to be
yeah.
away from my mouth. To
I don't
make
want somebody fucking with the whole.
Also, we get so used to these fucking excellent mics in the venues that you can talk over the top of. So your face is open for facial expression. You're not, like, covering your face.
58, yeah.
Right? Yeah. So we get used to that, and then I go onto the fucking comedy tent in where have I just been? Kendall Calling, and it's the first thing somebody heckles going, I can't hear you, and I'm like, oh shit, this is
It's amazing how many shows I do where it's a packed audience and people are making money, and I'm like, one microphone, stand up is the easiest art to produce. And the easiest to fuck up. I know, spotlight, not a construction light, not LED, not blue,
Yeah, don't just put the fucking house lights on.
Yeah. And so many people that just never get into that, yeah.
You can also come see our shows. Mine's are sold out, so haha. But if you're in New York, those shows aren't sold out yet. Those are from the 12th.
What
to
venue
the
are you doing
20th.
in New York?
Just the Soho Playhouse. It's a small but lovely theatre that I normally work shows out in.
But do you do the clubs there too? Do you drop-
Yeah, I'll
one?
drop in at Cellar and Gotham and stuff
those
like
are
that.
great, right?
Good fun.
Yeah.
How about you?
class. I've just got the Fringe coming up, and then in September when he's in New York, I'm going to get back to what are you pointing at, the vape? I'm going to get back to doing some club gigs. So I've got the Comedy Store in London, I've got Hot Water in Liverpool, I've got the Glee in Glasgow, and then you're back from New York and we'll fuck off on tour.
Aye. So, thanks. See you next time, cunts.